Carl, welcome to this week's edition of In the Dugout. It seems a while ago now, but we'll look back to the win against Newcastle Thunder in the Challenge Cup on Friday night. How do you assess that performance?
Well, we can't moan about it, can we? It was a good performance, real good, solid. First 20, Newcastle had a lot of chances, and our defence was good and held them out. They've got some strike players there who caused some problems, and we tracked back a couple of times and got them, so it was pleasing. Good too, because we had the full lot of complement of the Club Doncaster staff there. Had the big man there and Gavin, so everyone was pleased. We were quite proud after the game. 34-0. You can't really not be happy with that. So good start, but with us playing the week before, Richard wanted to get the boys in Monday for recovery session, so the Nuffield let us go in there. So thanks to Pete and all the crew at the Nuffield, the boys had a good recovery swim session. They want to take the credit for the win and probably had a major part to play in it after the game last week. And then, to be fair, they're accommodating us again on Monday after the trip to Newcastle, because we've got another Friday game. So, big respect to the Nuffield gym for hosting us. How
important is recovery when you've got 2 games in the space of just a few days? You need to be firing on all cylinders at this stage of the season.
Well, obviously Richard's come in and he knows all that side of it. So, straight after we played the other Sunday, he was on to me seeing if we could get the Nuffield, and to be fair, that was before the game actually, and he's done it again, and so he knows it's real important. It's a physical, tough game, and the boys need to recover, and if they can get in a pool, it really aids them, and as it showed on the game against Newcastle.
Featherstone at home then in the next round of the Challenge Cup. You happy with that?
Yeah, good. They're a real good club. Some real good friends there. I captained the place when I played over there, and I'm real good mates with Mark Campbell, their owner, and David Longo. So buzzing. They were texting straight after the draw came out, and they're happy to come here. Featherstone crowd always come in their numbers. For me personally, it's pretty close to, if you couldn't get a Super League club, it's probably the next best thing, because they're very well supported. They're doing really well in the Championship. They have done for the last maybe 5 or 6, 7, 8 years, and they travel in numbers. So we're real happy. It's here at the Keepmoat, and our boys will be really looking forward to it. It's be a big test for them with a big crowd. So it'll probably give us a real good warm up. A fixture we probably need before the next week we play Bradford.
And yeah, it's going to be a fixture that's in the middle of a really busy month for us after the York game next week. I think it's 4 games already lined up for April, 2 all at home. So it's a chance again just to keep building momentum. Even if we don't get the result against Featherstone, a performance there against a good Championship side would set our stall out. Yeah,
we've got five home games on the spin, which is it's tough for the groundsmen, and I think the Rovers have got 4 in the month of April. So, and then I think there's a chuck in a couple of Bells games as well. So it's all on. The groundsmen might as well sleep here, over the next month, and they probably will actually. I spoke to one of them yesterday. He said we were thinking about that, because they've got some posts to put up, down. So by the end of the month, I think they'll be spinning round and round. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a tough month for them. We looked at some other options. For the 5th game, we looked again on a Friday. Obviously, with the Rovers on the Saturday, we can't. We looked at a double header with the Rovers, but there's a charity function on in the restaurant, so we can't do that. So we'll probably. It's not been confirmed yet, but we'll speak to Featherstone, and we'll probably go with the standard, the Sunday, 3 o'clock. So plenty games to come, but real massive game this week against Newcastle. Jason Payne's got them playing good. They've, whatever happened last week, that was forgotten about on Saturday. It's a league game away from home. We've started well, yeah. We all know that, but we need to go on the road and see if we can do the same thing. And you can see on their messages they're putting out that they're wanting revenge. So they'll be fired up, and Jason's that type of bloke who'll have them fired up. He'll prepare them well, and we have to meet fire with fire.
Do you think it'll be a much different test then to the one we faced in the cup tie? Obviously they might have a couple of players back. We'll be going there away from home this time instead of a home game. Are you expecting a much different game than the one we faced last week?
Yeah, they're a dangerous team. They are they've got plenty of attacking threats. They're a dangerous team, and they're at their home ground, and everyone has confidence when they play at their home ground, as we do. When we play out here, we're very, very confident. We have to travel to Newcastle, and we're going to their home ground. I think it's their first home game as well. You're always up for your first home game, you're always up for your last home game. So it'll be a real different test for us. We'll have some different personnel in as well as they will. They're they didn't play probably their full side last week, but we'll have some other players in as well. We picked up 1 or 2 knocks in that game, physical game, but it'll be a decent game of rugby league for certain. But we know the challenge we're facing. And
obviously Rich Owen won't be involved this weekend. We've confirmed he's been given a 1-game ban by the RFL, so it's a chance for somebody else to come in and make an impact.
Yeah, and I thought Richard was standout player last week. I thought he was outstanding, the best game he's played since he's been back in the game. It's took him a few games to get up to speed, but I actually thought he was really good performance from him last week against Newcastle. He always got us on the front foot, and his vision and everything was good. So we'll miss him, but whoever takes his place will cause some different threats to Richard. So it'll be a tough one, but you have to take these things on the chin. It was a reaction trip by Rich, and I thought once you got Simbin, I thought that was the end of it. I thought that it'd been dealt with, but that's not the case. The RFL seen fit to charge him, and we accepted the 1 game.
And how important is it if we do get through this game on Sunday unbeaten? How nice will that be going into the Good Friday game against York with an unbeaten record on the line?
Oh mate, we don't even want to think about York just yet. They're probably the form team of the comp, so we'll worry about them on next week on Saturday morning, Monday morning when we've finished the game against Newcastle. But York's not even been discussed. Me and Richard haven't even discussed them yet. They've done well. They've beat a championship club. They've won at Oldham, but we'll talk about them next week.